an official. Is he an official? Yeah, an executive of the CDC. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
I think you have the headphone right below.
Thank you.
Okay.
You got me?
Yes.
Am I testing the mic?
Yeah, you got it. How is everything going?
I'm okay. As usual, I'm excited to be here. It seems to be the year is great for OKFM and Acarious. Yeah, I want to say good evening to the OKFM family. Good evening to the people of this channel 8. Montserrado County, the rest of Liberia on all the boys, and those in the diaspora also of Liberia being there. I want to say good evening to them, good afternoon, good morning, because they are in the part of the world. But I'm excited to be here, and I feel great.
Okay. Last time we were here, you were here. We end up around your approach to 2026 and all of that. You are a former lawmaker. Let's start off Capitol Hill. How did you view the reopening of the legislature, especially the House of Representatives, with all these rumors around speakership and all of that, but that seemed to have quieted down? What do you think was happening? Was it authentic, or was it an attempt to get something out of somebody? Or
it could be two ways. One could be that there's a history of plot to remove a speaker during the break. There's a big history of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, almost all the speakers that were removed, that I know of, maybe besides the interim arrangement, during the break, Edwin Snow, you remember, it ran in from December, then they got into January. Similarly with Ellis Startup, okay, and Speaker Fanatico 5, you saw they went on a break. And again, there's another break. But whether they are serious is a matter of concern. Whether people don't just want to get what they can get. Maybe during the break, after the break, everybody come back. Maybe some people, they didn't get the benefits and all of those things. So there can be different concerns. But again, do not underestimate just the thought about intimidating a speaker, if there is intimidation of removal, that intimidation of removal, because some people will be genuine about it. They may not have the numbers, okay, but it will be genuine. And once that noise emerges, there's a possibility in the future it will come out again if you do not deal with it decisively. But realistically, they have genuine point to remove the speaker on grounds of what I've heard.
Can a speaker be removed without executive support? Is there any record of such happening?
If you say executive support,
presidency,
let me say to you to a greater extent that somewhere or other, a little bit. Because I remember George was removed because his colleagues really decided that they didn't want him. I remember Judy Bryan had called the lawmakers, okay, the representation to the executive mansion, requesting them, begging them not to remove him. I knew about that very well. And at the end of the day,
that was an interim.
Yeah, they were actually determined. And the removal of Tyler knows very well that the initial fight for the removal of Tyler was on the basis of internal dissatisfaction. I can tell you that, especially when Snow was removed from the committee on rules of the administration. Emmanuel Nuke was replaced on the committee on Ways, Means, and Finance, and everybody, in fact, I rejected being reappointed as chairman on governance. But we had a legitimate grounds, and especially the caliber of people, Famule, Bill Tua, all of those guys from the University of Liberia, some people from AME, they just had a thought that, look, it was about time that Tyler should be, truly speaking, and we fought that. And I will say this to you clearly, okay. I believe 1 or 2 persons were dealing with the executive, but they did not bring it to me for fear that I will back off. But I believe so. I believe Emmanuel and we were talking to people in the executive because we're
So in this case, where Kun is from the governing party and he seems to enjoy the confidence of the president and all that, if people were having the thought of removing him, can they, if the executive is not interested?
There's a possibility. If they got the numbers, and they are very adamant that what happened to Aristotle, for example.
Yeah, but in this
No,
case, I've heard a whole lot of reports.
No, I'm just saying you ask
what
whether it's you just ask a general question. If they have that number of not even 49 persons.
But how would they get the number?
No, but if they can get the number, if they committed, they can get it. Let me tell you something. Don't ever underestimate what I'm telling you. When we chose to fight out initially were 15.
Ah.
Yes. All of 73 were 15. And when Nuko raised the motion for order, and we created the scene on the floor that were more than the existing number. So Tyler did not even take the vote that day when the order was called. He was afraid, he panicked. Because you hear order so, you can't risk it when James Bond, he had entertained the order. It was not a communication rating to recuse himself, but it was on the basis of an order asking him to recuse himself on the basis of rule 40 days, and Nuko the one that raised that order, and he entertained the order. Had he not entertained the order, he was then there, sitting there. Okay, so he was asked to recuse himself. Now, when Barney ran to him when he entertained the order, it was late. And the floor was charged because you had a late Eugene for the Parker. You know, all the firing guys and built to our way. You have family, H-Boyman represented, H-Boyman family. You just had a lot of guys, Acarious Gray, all the guys, Nuku and Snow, everybody. So the first time they attempted, actually I was here in the United States, and the coup failed. And they were suspended. You saw the suspension of 4 persons. They were suspended with all pay, including Koga, Samuel Koga. But with the second wave, I can tell you it wasn't easy. So so if they're serious, I can tell you this, make no mistake. If you got 20 lawmakers on that floor that determined, I'm talking about determined lawmakers, and I'm talking about people who will panic or fear that, and they can decide that there will be no session consistently. They can stay on the legislative floor and destroy session. If they are committed, faithful, and ready, they reach 30, there will be no session. There can be no point in time, maybe all of 73 lawmakers, you'll get 60 sitting there.
Yeah, people are always absent.
Yeah, people are always absent. Some people just come in the lead. So if you have 30% consistently going to session, it's a trouble for any speaker. It's a trouble. Do they have grounds? They have strong grounds.
What are the strong grounds?
The greatest ground is that the speaker has admitted to fraud. Immigration fraud in the United States of America. He's Liberian. No, he admitted that he married his sister. His office admitted to that. His office admitted to that. His family that called a press conference admitted to that.
They didn't admit that he got married to her. They only referred to her as his sister, arguing that he could not have married her.
But man, the record will even show there is not hidden thing. You go, you check, you see that the man green card was even revoked. That immigration fraud. There's no debate about that. That requires removal because it harms thousands of Liberians, maybe tens of thousands of Liberians in the United States of America now are being chased after on the basis of immigration fraud or investigated, claiming that some of them married to family members, some of them fraudulent means, and all of this. The same thing that happened to the lady from the Congress for Somalia. You see Somalians now that have been victimized. So under the basis of that alone, the speaker can go. And there can be no question about that. Even the executive cannot save him on the basis of that. But it left with them to make that decision. He's a regime speaker, like you said. They used to butcher in the constitution and laws of the country. They don't care about the welfare of Liberians or that they are chasing. So it's a normal thing. They can do it. I can tell you. But that is not good for the image. Look, I was talking to someone from the White House. I got friends who were some in the White House, United States of America. They told me that says they
when like, you just trying to make yourself big here.
No,
you got friends when White House talking what? But maybe like that Bati people.
Judas, you get family people inside the Navy there. You don't have to talk too much. Okay, if people don't talk, you don't know people, you don't talk. Judas, we don't talk too much. But I get friends there who told me that they were shocked when some of the service people at the White House were showing them the video and then newspaper clippings that the Liberian speaker has admitted to immigration fraud. The person said, I don't want to say the office, the person said, I was shocked. Okay, so you Liberian? Say, yeah, I'm Liberian. I took American citizenship, all nobody white in the service together. Yeah, the person was shocked.
Mm.
Yeah, very shocked. I'm telling you something serious to show you.
So
and the person,
does that
the person actually did not know because it's still law in America. The person did not know that this thing was unfolding. So when they call me and then send me the information, I say, yes, so this is what been unfolding in our country. But the person did not actually know, but they saw that from some of the white folks who was trying to say, well, how dare the Liberian speaker will be involved in immigration fraud. So this is a serious matter. It's not something.
Could they suppose that there could be some investigations of him?
The government should investigate him. This government.
No, I mean that the American government could be investigated.
Let me tell you why this government. Yeah, the American government. There's a big possibility because the immigration, the ICE, they could be investigating the subject matter because just imagine, just because of this immigration fraud, you see how many Liberians will be deported, right? You see the number of Liberians that could be deported. He's concerned about this. They catch you, maybe they say, oh yeah, you have to be deported. But if this government is sincere, okay, it's equivalent to sanction almost on the country. Where immigration, and somebody were arguing to say immigration visa, no, you know that many countries, there were countries who have written, okay, that were not on visa restriction. There were countries, I think 3 or 4, Marshall Islands is one of those countries. They have a higher rating than Liberia in terms of benefiting on U.S. government welfare. They have a higher rating, but they were not placed on the immigrant visa restriction. They were not placed on it. So nobody should take this lightly. Like I saw the information minister trying to play all of it. Do you know how many Liberians are sent for because of U.S. Liberians who are U.S. citizens, or people who have immigrant status that will invite family, neighbor, friends, not just on immigrant status, but on visiting visa? Do you know how many persons they use the status to invite? Do you know that those who now will be on welfare, they are saying that they cannot send money to the Republic of Liberia? You know the harm that it may cause to the economy of the country? It's because of people like Rachel Kuhn and others who have committed crime in the United States of America. You can't be married and marry another woman again. You know it's a crime under the laws of America, under the laws of the Republic of Liberia. So yeah, there are sufficient reasons for removing, and there are sufficient reasons for the executive to call him to meeting and ask him to step down. There are sufficient reasons for that. There's no if and end about that. It's a clear-cut thing because it's a national embarrassment. But the rescue government will do nothing about that because they used to violating the laws of the country. They used to that. The way he came to power.
What would be the grounds for investigation?
The grounds? The first thing here is that just asking to protect the image of the state to show that Liberia mean well. Because there's an accusation hanging over Liberia and other countries. And Liberians. That all Liberians, some of them fraudulently acquired status in America. Some went and overstayed. Did Rachel Kuhn go on visiting visa in 2015? Or went there and overstayed to get status in America? And was already married and went and married another person and married a family member? How does it harm Liberia? Because there is a visa restriction now on Liberia because of that dubious action. So the rescue government, if they are sincere, not just on moral ground, but on the basis of the law, what 2 women are contesting that the speaker married them, and the other one said I'm a spouse. You know what I mean? That means you're married. That's the third. The Ministry of Justice will invite the speaker. If they're sincere, you don't have to wait for the legislature. They can invite him for clarity's sake. Because they know it's a crime under the laws of Liberia. For you not to divorce, you get married. You know what it means? It's a crime. So they should invite him. Judas, these are the things we'll talk about selective justice in the country. The people say, oh, you know, you did this, you did that. But that's selective justice. He should not be speaker. The United Party has capable persons in our place. For example, Sekou Kandeh. We were there when Sekou was there. Sekou will occupy that position. If they go to election, the United Party will still win it. They got Thomas Fala now. Maybe he can ascend. They can make that decision. Okay? And single-handedly, the United Party can decide who becomes a speaker in the absence of Rachel Kuhn. But Rachel Kuhn is in a mess. He has plunged this country into serious mess on the basis of immigration fraud. And many Liberians are being victimized, and today as chasing our people all in Minnesota, innocent people are even being victimized.
Those are things that have been happening as a result of the Trump administration, not necessarily because Rachel Kuhn allegedly.
I know it's a factor. Judas, that is a factor. And for the third most important person in the country, to be a factor of Liberian deportation, visa restriction on the country, on Liberians. People want to resettle with their family. You know the harm that is causing to the country? You know the economic harm it will cause to the country with the remittance that come to Liberia, and people will not be able to send such amount of money to the country anymore. It brings to the question of the consistent hunger in the country. So for this one man, the country should be punished. He's part of the punishment. He the significant man. God forbid, in case there's no president, no vice president, they become incapacitated. The speaker has to serve there for 90 days. The speaker fraudulently got a green card. The green card is revoked. He can't go to America. Who will want to sit in partnership with him? America is our biggest partner. He deserves not being Speaker of the Republic of Liberia on the basis of what is just being explained. And this is not the issue of a CDC of the United Party. It's a result of protecting the image of the country. They are boasting of international image. And if these people will boast of international image and they cannot resolve this subject matter, how true or gossip to say the President Boy is a gossip? Okay, I don't know how true is that. But does President Boy respect the rule of law? No, because he violated the rule of law to make this man a regime speaker. Even when the Supreme Court came over for ruling. So the people are not serious about the welfare of Liberians.
Do you think if the Americans find it serious, they could communicate with the president on this matter?
Possible. Possible. And I know that like one of the wives said that she raising this issue with the State Department, other people. So any Liberian can even raise that issue with the State Department, with the Homeland Security, with the immigration, with the ICE. They can raise this issue. And it's a serious national security implication to the United States of America. And they are concerned about their security. They are concerned about their citizens. So you can't have a speaker who run a risk of national security to the United States of America on the basis of fraud in fraud in terms of immigrant right, immigrant status.
Now, let us move on to the ArcelorMittal deal was passed way last evening by the House. You were there when this second amendment came up for an extension of the deal. What has been the hold on? I know that your government wanted it to pass. You really wanted to pass. You pushed and pushed, and it was resisted.
Julius, we resisted it as a ranking member of the Committee on Investment.
Even though
I'm telling you, we resisted
even
it.
though your executive wanted to
let me repeat to you. We resisted it. And I was trying to look for the video to send to you. Because someone asked me that question yesterday. So, what's your position? So, our position was very clear. We felt that Mittal still had not concluded in terms of the commitment we made to Liberia in the first and second agreement. So, as a result of that, why should we give them? Why should we amend? Why should we extend the time in Liberia? So, we ensure that it will never pass. In fact, I'm one of those who staged the debate on the legislative floor. I was trying to send you the video, maybe you play the video, but I will send you the video right after the program. So we're very clear, and we're vehement, and we're strong, and we resist that.
Even though your party wanted it passed.
No, I will say this to you. Sometimes when the executive presents document, that's why you have your oversight. And on the basis of our oversight, on our committee, I must salute great men, like the Committee on Investment, Clarence Massacoy, who is the LTA boss today. He was the chairman of the Committee on Investment. Okay, we have Abu Kamara, you have me, you have Vincent Whitty, chairman on mines and energy. Okay, you have all of great people there. Okay, and we stood our grounds. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Mema Bridge, I think she was on one of the committees, and we rejected it. We spared all the reasons for which, and the executive saw reason in it. And we sent the document back to the executive branch of government. That's the reason for which the extension didn't.
And sometimes people critique you and say, when you're a lawmaker, you didn't disagree with things from your party, from the executive, and all of that. This however runs contrary to that.
Because you know, they didn't follow me. People only look for the negative news. Firestone on the VOA, I was saying you the recording again. Some people were shocked yesterday. We in a chat room, they asked me when I sent them the video. They said, "Oh, for you." You know, people don't even know that we submitted the dual citizenship bill to make those people who insult us in the diaspora to reinstate their Liberian citizenship. Some of them don't even know about that. It's sharp. Some people didn't even know the tourism bill that they're boasting about. Yeah, Edwin Snowden and I sponsored that bill. Okay? A lot of people don't know. But the fact of the matter is that when it comes to investment issue, I've had strong positions on that. Not just of metal steel, not just firestone. Because I will send you visual evidence of my stand, okay, on some of these entities. I will send you to the, so you can see. That's why under President Sadiq's administration, I didn't vote for a single concession agreement, especially when I read that between 2009 and January of 2012, that nothing less than 67 agreements were passed in 3 years, and John Modu declared the Auditor General 66 bogus. I felt that Liberia had not benefited much from that. So yes, indeed, let me put myself on record and be very clear that we went against the meter steel extension, and the executive mansion accepted that from us because meter had defaulted. And I'm shocked that meter remains an institution that have defaulted consistently. Okay? And for President Boykai, who argued, because one of the pillars of his argument against the CDC has to do with the issue of concessions. That was his argument. MEPTEC, Bauchico, Western Cluster, MOU, all of those things. That was his argument, including the very meter steel. To go and sit and praise meter steel that they built $1 billion of stuff there and praise them that they are doing well, and come back and sell this country for $200 million United dollars. That just one budget year we're talking about that will be contributing to one budget year is an insult to this country. It's an insult. But anyway, it's not strange.
Some of us have contrary views.
Judah, it's not strange. The United Party has a history of selling the country resources. They sold the highest number of resources in this country in 12 years. So President Boyka was the presiding officer of the Liberian Senate. So it's not strange, and he attached the signature to all of these book of documents.
If the HPS deal came and passed through, the Oranto, controversial Oranto and all came and passed through, why should they continuously hold on to Acelo that has been providing jobs and all of that?
Acelo has existed for a very long time. They lied to the Liberian government and Liberian people in terms of their performance, in terms of the commitment, what the agreement says. Go look to Lanco today. Go to Nema County. They should have refurbished all of the homes there. Or they should have done that. They did like zero almost. Why you think? In fact, under we administration, the Nema lawmakers were very clear. Many of them were very clear that the agreement should not pass. The way Nyantuma is going in the ground, I don't know whether he voted for you or not. I mean, you're going to the Senate now. Okay, I don't know whether the Senate will pass on it tomorrow.
They're having a debate ongoing, I think.
Okay, so Nyantuma, for example, his position, and that's how Nema, and you know what? Sometimes these agreements are not passed if the county caucus don't agree. Sometimes, many a time.
Well,
many a time.
Some of them at the House have signed on to it.
But, I mean, they show their birthright. I'm sorry. But they show their birthright. I believe that meter steel agreement should not have been passed. Because they were here, they underperformed, and they are underperforming. They have not reached out with their performance in terms of the commitments they made to the country. So to pass meter steel agreement, like Nicodemus meeting Jesus Christ at night, okay, that is a shame. That is shame. That is shame to the House of Representatives. I know some people may have stood up against it, not every one of them, but that is shame. But when you get a regime speaker, what do you expect? He has to fight. Can you imagine? See how long it took to have session. That means a lot of lobbying that were going on, a lot of consultation, you know, and the government needs it a lot. You put something in the budget that you don't have. So even if meter steel was a die, they will pass it because they wanted $200 million to meet up with the commitment they made to the Liberian people. So they don't care. They don't care.
Now, we are still up Capitol Hill. Your CDC lawmakers, are they better place now? Are they? Do you think they will do better than the previous 2 years in terms of engagement, in terms of pushing the issues of the people, in terms of bringing more accountability out of the government?
I think some of them will do well. Some of them have been doing well, in fact. Okay, the caucus chairman, Anthony McGill, has been doing extremely well. Fonatikofa has been doing extremely well. Safoko has been doing extremely well. Betuari and other lawmakers, they've been doing extremely well. Every one of them are not. Every one of them may not be people who can talk. Okay, votes. But at the end of the day, like I said, rightfully, they have to distinguish themselves from those things that will embarrass the future of the state. And but Jesus, let me play the devil advocate. When good things happen in the legislature, they don't caution CDC lawmakers when they vote for it. But when the bad things happen in the legislature, then they come to CDC lawmaker. So is the ruling party supposing that nothing good happen in the legislature? Because soon they talk about concession, they say CDC lawmaker and there. Soon they talk about this, they say this person. But Judas, the fact of the matter, I will tell you this. If a concession agreement is sent to the legislature and changes are made, they have to send it back to the executive branch of government. They can pass on it. When changes are made, because they have to send it back to the executive branch of government. So even the budget originates from the executive branch of government. One of the fundamental problems we have to run a presidential system. At the end of the day, they will say the president, the president, the president. At the end of the day. So why fight to exonerate President Boakai, who has an absolute majority in the House of Representatives and in the Senate? Besides his political party, the collaborating forces with his party, they have the highest number of people. So CDC lawmakers don't have to go to session tomorrow morning. Those who remain with CDC, they don't have to go to session for the next of the year. All of the years, they will pass everything they want to pass. Technically, they are insignificant. Only their voice needed to be added so history can remember them. But when I say insignificant to the decision being made, the majority decision, the only minority right they have, but they don't have majority right. So they will oppose, they can say what they want to say, put themselves on record. For you saw the rental deed, he put himself on record. So tomorrow when you ask the question, like you asked me the question on, you say, oh, you didn't even know that we disagree with Mita or the Firestone stuff. I went on the VOA and condemned them and all of those things and told them we're not working on their plantation, challenge Mita still, all of those things. But at the end of the day, the Unity Party government is the government of for sale of the country. Because they have demonstrated that they did that in 12 years. They have 2 years now going, they have 14 years. They will sell everything that they can sell in this country. So it's not strange. It's nothing strange.
The fight against corruption is on. And some of your officials have been asking questions. Some are in court. One of the cases on grounds now is the issue of the Clark Hope Foundation, whose records are being subpoenaed by the court to establish the authenticity of ownership, how all of this originated. This is what you wrote about that, and I found it troubling. So let me read it for the public to hear. Okay. And this is what I wrote. Will Buckeye Take Hope Foundation and give it to his wife as being requested for? A deadly political witch hunt and calamity of bitterness from the Buckeye's regime loom over Liberia. The management team of the foundation is now requested by Criminal Code A through a subpoena to bring all documents relating to individuals and institutions that contributed towards the foundation. Why is it wrong? This seems to be like a cry from someone who may be thinking that, I did something wrong and they want to find me out.
She does. No one afraid of facing the justice system in this country. But when President Boakai makes a request to him,
when did she make that request? Is it on record?
Jesus, we hear a lot of things. We have people all around. Let me tell you one of the things that
hearing doesn't mean it's true.
No. Let me tell you, it's true. President Boakai had a meeting when he came to power initially. There was this misunderstanding. And he told people in that meeting that left the meeting at his house that he would destroy the CDC.
Allegedly.
No, responded, I'm not alleging. You can allege. I'm telling you what I know. Responded to that. He was very clear that he would take everything that belongs to President Weah, his wife, and all her features. He said that very clear. The move by President Weah is because his wife believed that she needs to use that place for humanitarian work. The Clark Hope Foundation.
That is President Boakai.
President Boakai. The Clark Hope Foundation is a registered institution in the Republic of Liberia paying taxes. Register.
Register as what?
Humanitarian institution. It's registered. I will send you the documents. Okay, it's registered. I will send you the document before you leave the show. I'll publish it before my page. Okay. Not only that, is Boyka telling us that the Boyka Foundation that stay doing business and stay operational. Even government fundings went to one from Lofa College at the university. And recently, I was saying the document. His Wealth Foundation was launched. His Wealth, when he became president, the foundation was launched in attended it. They had donors, they had other people who came to contribute. That is void of the government money of the Republic of Liberia. They put money in, maybe they say, okay, 500,000 for the first lady, or give this to the first lady. The first lady takes that money. That money is responsible to provide aid and report to the government of the Republic of Liberia. The Claro Foundation is not that institution. It's the Joseph Boyka Foundation. It's the Katoma Foundation. It's like Tantan Boyka Foundation. Claro went, solicited funds, invited people, has fundraising across the country, international, local partners, individuals, business institutions. It was publicly done. Donors, they contributed towards the foundation, not Liberian government money. The first thing the government did, they invited BMC. They said money was given to BMC to do the foundation. They subpoenaed all the documents. They realized that not a damn that came to the government of the Republic of Liberia, to BMC. You know what BMC were doing through the first lady office? The orphanage home, I think they call it Love, Hope, something that name they have for it. The orphanage home that Katoma Boyka went and dedicated. That's what BMC did. They mistook that orphanage home to be Clark Hope Foundation. Thinking that government money. At the end of the day, that's how they left BMC after the subpoena of the documents. You got the Ministry of Finance, they can subpoena the document from finance, all documents, financial transaction. They got the central bank. They can subpoena all documents. But you know what they're saying? They're saying the foundation, the CEO of the foundation, the head, the manager of the foundation, should adduce evidence against himself. All the people who contributed, he should take the document and carry it to the court on Friday. It's a violation of Article 21 of the Liberian Constitution that you cannot produce evidence against yourself. You cannot be coerced. And there's nothing pending before the court.
Let me read a statement that just came out of the Claro Foundation.
Yeah.
Claro Foundation upholds rule of law, files motion to quash unlawful court order. The Claro Foundation, founded by former First Lady Clara Mary Weah, wishes to inform the public of a new development in relation to the ongoing actions initiated by the government of Liberia's asset recovery team. Consistent with its long-standing commitment to transparency, legality, and institutional integrity, the Claro Foundation has filed a motion to quash the process issued against it by the Criminal Code A. This action should not be misconstrued as an attempt to conceal information or evade accountability. On the contrary, it reflects the Foundation's firm belief that the law is the law and must be followed by all, government included. The Foundation has nothing to hide. However, it strongly objects to being compelled to participate in what amounts to a fishing expedition, untethered to lawful procedure, due process, or any properly established prima facie basis. No government, no matter how well intentioned, can lawfully demand that citizens or institutions prove wrongdoing where none has been alleged with specificity or supported by evidence. The motion to quash was filed because process matters and rights guaranteed under our Constitution and statutory laws are sacrosanct. Liberia is a country governed by laws, not by conjecture, political maneuvers, or intimidation. Allowing state actors to issue sweeping investigative demands without jurisdiction, legal foundation, or judicial oversight will set a dangerous and irreversible precedent, one that could be used tomorrow against any private citizen, non-profit organization, or institutions. It is unfortunate that the Foundation has been forced to take this step. However, the Claro Foundation is mindful that today's silence becomes tomorrow's erosion of rights. Upholding the rule of law sometimes requires principled resistance, even when compliance will be easier. The Foundation reiterates that it remains ready and willing to comply with any lawful, properly grounded and constitutionally sound process. What it cannot and will not do is legitimize actions that undermine due process and the very legal safeguards meant to protect all Liberians. To our donors, partners, beneficiaries, and the Liberian public, the Cloud Foundation remains steadfast in its mission to uplift vulnerable children and communities. This legal step does not distract from our work. It defends the legal environment that allows such work to exist. We stand firm. We respect the law, and we will continue to defend both our integrity and the principles upon which Liberia's democracy rests. This is signed by Jackson Ngbami, the manager of the Cloud Hope Foundation. I'm seeing the legal stuff that they filed.
Yes, we're reaching there. It's good that you read it. It's very important. But one thing that they said in the statement, which is very important, the Cloud Hope Foundation remains steadfast in its mission to uplift vulnerable children and communities. No, not there. Okay, this is why I say what it cannot and will not do is to legitimize actions that undermine due process and the very legal safeguards meant to protect all Liberians. Anything that is bogus, here, I've said to the CDC, I've said to everyone, and this is my candid opinion. The CDC has to show this government what it is made of. In the absence of the CDC standing up in the confines of the Constitution and exploiting all constitutional means to face this government heads on, Boyka will feel complacent in his consistent violation and abuse of the rights of Liberians, especially those who came from the past government and seditionists who are voices and who are speaking up. The worst thing for me you can do to a man is to attack his wife or attack his children. Boyka has attacked a family member of ours.
Well, this is a legal process.
There's not legal. There's witch hunt. No, there's not legal. There's witch hunt. Because if Boyka want property, let him take a 4-year property and give it to his wife. A retirement home. He can take that retirement home that he spent $10 million on and give it to his wife.
It is not for the president.
The government is not. The government has said it's not for the president. The government can take it and give it to President Boyka can give it to his wife. He can take that and give it to his wife. But what was legitimately owned void of government spending? But listen to the release. Judas, listen to the release. The government is asking a private citizen to produce evidence against herself. There's nothing pending before the court. That's a second.
No, it is about trying to establish whether this.
No, you don't establish it like that. That's why the writ to quash the subpoena has been filed. That's why the writ to quash the subpoena has been filed. That's why the lawyers are filed. They say you are in violation of the Constitution of Liberia. You are in violation of the Penal Code of the Republic of Liberia. You can't even compel somebody to produce evidence against themselves. There's nothing pending before the court. There's no claim. There's no charge pending before the court. And President Boyka would think that he can jungle justly run this country. We just said it allowed that to happen. We have to rise up to the occasion in the absence of standing up. Because this man is targeting the work of President Weah. You know what the Internal Affairs Minister told me? Let me tell you what the Internal Affairs Minister told me when they took over. He called me. He said to me, he said, we'll take the Cloud Marine Foundation, we'll take everything, we'll take George Weah, what they call condominium, the 18 horses that they call 49. We'll take it and we'll manage it. I told you I defy you, the current local government minister, the Internal Affairs Minister. Numali.
Are you sure of that?
I put me on record. He called me. If you check my call, you will see it. I know the time and I know everything. Okay? He said that to me. And I suspected. Because when he did the second call, and I said something sarcastic to him about President Boyka, I guess he had me on the phone and he called up the phone. I guess he was sitting near President Boyka. That's why he called up the phone. Because I was very blatant about that. So that's the mission. That's the objective. But they are making a mistake, Judas. That old mother will cry. If you don't know, This thing is not only emotional, it's political. President Boykai, this will be the last strong card. You did it to.
We are trying to get in contact with the internal family.
No, you did it to Fanatic Kofa. You can get in contact with him. You did it to Fanatic Kofa. Okay, you did it to the CDC headquarters. But this will be your bus stop. I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you today that we will stand up.
What gonna stand up? What you do if it is realized legally that perhaps
it will not be realized legally. It will never be. The day you take life to court, the day they take life to court, the whole Montreal will go to the courthouse on that day. Oh, the day they take out the court, if President Boyka believe that CDC headquarters you move into, or you are the calling, or you move in to go arrest Fanatic Kofa, you make a mistake. He himself would not sit down rehab. I can tell you that for sure. He himself would never sit down rehab. I've been playing with you, Judas. I'm telling you what I know.
What are you doing?
Boyka, Judas, I want you to look in my face. This is Acarious Gray of 2005 and 2011. When I spoke of Liberia, and we were not with the back, I voluntarily decided that we will lead and help this PR arm of the CDC. Not only that, the militant brigade of the CDC, the Unity Party formed a militant brigade during the 2023 election. That militant brigade and battle cry men will reactivating everything, will stand up for our rights. This will be the last of it. I take full responsibility for any altercation.
What are you about to do? Police will just move in.
Who police? Judas, the police. Don't make me discuss the police. No, but let me just tell you this. Judas, do you think the police are able to take care of the entire Monrovia? In every quarter of Monrovia? Do you know the number of police? Do you know the number of police in Liberia? Judas, we shouldn't reach that level, but I can guarantee you that President Boyka dare not go there. And never ever will he go there. I can tell you that. When I sit down for our hand, look at Joseph Boyka. Let me tell you for your project and give it to your wife. And she just launched a $30 million project program. $30 million. Okay, I listened to her when she went down here for the First Lady Conference. She spoke about that. They're going to build up there for $30 million. So when we come to power, we should take Ottoman Boyka Foundation. When we come to power, we should take Joseph Boyka Foundation. Is that what they're trying to say to us? Okay, and Boyka,
what? Is that possible? That government money could have been used on that foundation as well.
Judah, government money. Let me say this to you, Judah. You know, I just look at people and laugh. They agreed maybe maritime. I just want to give an example, LEC, or water and sewer. Under the corporate social responsibility, they take $10,000 and give it. What law, what violation is that? My community can write water and sewer, or any SOE. The community chairman can write and they can contribute towards that. Are you going to take Jeremiah Kun Hospital for him?
No, in that case, he turned over to the government.
No, what turned over to the government? You see, Judas, it's good that you investigate. He told the D and gave it to the Liberian government. If for the Liberian government, that place, for the Liberian government, it's not for the Liberian government. The subsidy the Liberian government gave towards that. It's not for the Liberian government. So all
but it is the government that's paying the workers that from your government. It is your government.
No, he did it during Ellington. He started when he brought out when the COVID and other things, when he brought the hospital equipment. You remember the ambulances and all those things that they sold to the government.
Yeah, but Prime Minister wrote. Yeah, you took on the responsibility.
Yeah, but listen, we do
the employees in that hospital.
Definitely, we cannot shy away from that. Like ELWA today. Mm-hmm. You don't want those kind of areas to break down because they are privately owned. But it doesn't presuppose you own it. So the government giving subsidy, for example, to some public universities, for example. Private universities, for example. No, the public record. Yeah, even schools, even some private schools. Yeah. Okay, one time I remember we have BWI. Even Richard Nixon in my district, we put $15,000 in the budget to help Richard Nixon before. Does that mean the government owns Richard Nixon? But under the corporate social responsibility, if LTA today, if LTA, like Noka, on a Swako, she took money and gave it to Unity Party market winning. She a maker to that. Okay, so you go to the market from the Unity Party market winning? Because the corporate social responsibility of these entities that we have. So the Unity Party market winning will come to power, will arrest all of them for Nuka giving them money is being challenged and maximum stupidity.
No,
You can't take that to court. Okay, being challenged.
Yeah,
but I say a bit of stupidity.
No, leave that.
No, but it's not insult. That's just why it's stupid.
Leave it. I don't
No, but
because I don't want people to call.
No, but okay, no problem. I will take that back.
Good.
But if this is being challenged, this is not governmental. You can see that's the traces. Joseph Boyka Foundation, the college info took money and contributed towards the foundation. The college info the public record, the government money, government can help other entities in humanitarian, NGOs. Government can help them. Do you know how? Go to the budget. Just go to the budget and see some private institutions and all of this.
Government gives subsidies to universities and different institutions.
Yeah, the Thomas Fala, the Sir Joseph, the Larry Enos. You remember there was a report on Fala institution, on Enos institution, and the current vice president institution. So should for our government come to power, we should seize those institutions. Is that what you're talking about? The government has no merit. They have no case. There's no merit. Pure question. That run after car and see a reaction that damage the image of the institution. If you don't take it, the international partners will not contribute. Do you know who you're harming? You're not harming State Class. You are harming those innocent girls, those orphans, many of them. You are harming them. Do you know that there are Liberian kids that State Class took to Ghana that going to school? We off? Your live, oh?
No,
The other people live.
we are back.
We're back now, right?
Yeah, we are back.
Yeah.
Who else she took to Ghana?
She took some Liberian kids to Ghana going to school, taking care of them. Yes. I don't have to say all these things. She has a heart for this country. Do you know that the first 35 Liberian medical doctors through the Med Foundation, you read about the Med Foundation, right? No, you know about it maybe better than I do. 35 Liberians, people in the medical field. She negotiated, she ensured that she came back with it, gave it to the Ministry of Health. They informed people. Do you know that the current Minister of Health, Dr. Poto, benefited from that? Okay? And became the first infertility specialist in Liberia. She on YouTube. Go to YouTube. She admitted to that she benefited from what the first lady brought to the country. Dr. King from Redemption Hospital. And you can go on and on and on. Even the diabetes specialist for Liberia, the first of its kind, that you are instrumentality. I did all the research I will send you up. Sanitation pass, for example, helping the dedication that Kotoman, the first dedication ceremony she had to that orphanage. That Clark did it for the country. So the Clark Foundation is a separate entity from government function.
I think one of the arguments is whether it was the Clark Hope area, whether it was the first lady initiative. If it was, then it makes sense for another first lady to continue running.
Let me ask you one question. It makes sense for who to continue running it?
For the other first lady, because then in that case, it will be a government institution.
No, it's not a government institution. That's why it was separately registered. Okay, as an entity registered under the government Republic of Liberia, and the very government, they've been paying taxes to them. This same government we're talking about for that entity. Okay, so are we saying that Kotuman Boyka Foundation that she just launched, when she leave power, we should take it from her? No, that President Boyka will go for ya and tell the people to for ya. Yeah, they don't go for ya, Judas. They should go for ya and sit there. Let you take the property in for ya and give it to her.
On the final point, before we take some calls, one more interactions on today. Why do you always write talking about hospitals that were built? We all will come back 2029 and all of that. Why are you already heavily politically active in 2026 when 2029 is still?
Judas. At least I did mass communication as elective. And I went to a school of journalism with Peter Kukwe and other people. I will not go in depth into one or two stuff, but
someone from my area. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Jesus, campaign starts today. When I say campaign, I'm not talking about active campaign. I'm not speaking about campaigning with that under the National Elections Commission regulations. Okay. Did we do sufficient in my mind? Some people disagree with me in the CDC, but I believe we did a lot of things. Even we are 2 years today, I was looking at a lot of things on the Executive Mansion website, his Executive Mansion website, and I will send it to you. I will send it to you. I'm putting it up today. There are too many things we did, and we didn't sing the songs. Maybe we just said it once in a while. Maybe you went to the dedicatory ceremony. We talk about it, and you understand, and that was it. We didn't sing the Hallelujah chorus. We didn't do that. So I have made it my responsibility, and those foot soldiers who are in the field, going from county to county, from areas to areas, showing the projects, because we allow our opponents to control the narrative of deception and lies. That's what we did. Even in government, they are still lying. Even in government, they are still lying because they lie about the 4-year project. Everybody had different things to talk about. So my responsibility, because I have a larger audience. Today I have a larger audience on my page and other social network pages. Okay, today I'm on the station. Do you know the number of United Partisans will run to the radio station? The number of seditions will run to the radio station? Because we bring our own crowd. Should I make use of that? Yes, I'm making use of that. So, today again, I will publish other areas in the medical area. Do you know that there was an arrangement for 71 medical doctors to go on the Med Foundation? The vetting process took place, because we left power, so the vetting process took place last year. The vetting process, or the work of the president in Dakar, the current president of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Weka, admitted to 71 doctors that will be going for specialized training. We initiated the first 35, we initiated this all of one again. Our government left power, so they will be going. So doctors can specialize in different fields, in different areas. We did a lot in the medical area, Jesus. A lot. When I saw it, I was so annoyed about I was looking at my face. I said, I'm vexed. I'm vexed because when I look at the number of market structures in this country that the CDC built, that the CDC initiated, the number of hospitals and clinics in 6 years. I'm looking at 6 years. Other 6 years, we only have 4 years. It pains me a lot that we did not effectively communicate. Look at the number of ministries or agencies of government we build in 6 years. Go to Nuka, the Nuka headquarters, Maritime, LPRC, NPA, NSA. The others can just come to my head now. We are taking government ministries and agencies from private homes to government-owned entities, government-owned institutions. That's what we are doing. We build more proper homes in 6 years than the combined Unity Party in 40 years. 12 plus 2. More proper homes in different countries, in nothing less than 7 different countries. We left some undone, and it should continue it. So that's why when I said, you say, oh, look at it, look at the arrest agenda, the report. 700 and some more kilometers of roads since 1847, paved roads. The CDC did like 450, I think 500 or 450 kilometers. Look at the number of homes that connected when it comes to LEC. The United Party was in, I think, 30,000, right?
35,000.
35,000.
And you took it up to 280,000.
We took it to 280,000. Look at the big gap. In 12 years, only 35,000 homes that connected.
But that would not overlook the fact that when Sir Leaf came to power,
will not disparage the foundation.
There was no national electricity grid.
But I will say this
from scratch. So
let me respond to you. They brought the war. She admitted to contributing $10,000 to the rebels, so they destroyed it.
Yeah, but still,
no, excuse me, they destroyed it. They have no plan. They were under obligation to do something. Even the TD Turban one was destroyed before they left power. You know about it. You know about that very well. They destroyed it. We inherited debt and we paid. Our government continued. We don't want to cry about that. But 200 some more thousand homes as compared to 35,000 homes, Judas. Come on, do the mathematics, man. Do the mathematics. The children will say, we all now rocket scientists. But do the mathematics. Instead, you say the CDC did nothing. Instead, look at the country today. You say the CDC did nothing. But the whole country hungry. Then you go for infrastructure program. The biggest concern of this country now is the level of hunger in the country. The deplorable living condition of the people. That's the biggest thing that people are discussing now. It's a threat to national security. Police brutality. Mysterious death. These are the issues. The country is leaderless. The leadership structure of the country has crumbled. Pockets of individuals in the government running the government. In the legislature, in the executive branch of government, pockets of individuals, different gangs running the government. A leaderless structure of the country. There's the most chaotic, democratically elected government in the history of this country that I've ever seen in my lifetime. So is this the kind of country we wanted? Is this what we're talking about?
So let me, it is important to set the record straight. In 2023, Liberia Electricity Corporation had 282,505 registered customer connections. This represented a significant increase from 142,947 connections reported in 2021 and 199,441 in 2022. So when you go back to 2017, 2018, it's around 35,000. So
Judah, that's statistics, facts, and figures.
Yeah, I just want to set
yes, Judah, these people.
Even the fact checkers can fact check us.
Judah, the last time the fact checker came and checked when I said CDC won all the presidential elections in Grand Judah. I said all the presidential election in Grand Judah. Then they came, they did not discuss the first round because we boycotted the second round in 2011. So I wrote them back and I told them, yes, we won decisively in the presidential election in Grand Judah County. The first round we won. The second round, the reason why we didn't win because we didn't participate. We boycotted. I wrote the press statement and I presided over the press conference. The CDC boycotted the run-off 2011 election. So in as much as you're only looking at the run-off, please also look at the first round of the election because there are two elections, first round and second round. So I do agree with you. The fast checks, I respect them. Don't be frank with you. I got a lot of respect for them. But sometimes, at least, I hope they will take that into consideration. But I'm very clear, Judas, the things we did. Look at education, Judas. Look at education. Judas, in 2 years. Yeah, in 2 years. In 2 years, they're posting that video. Free education at all public universities were being declared in 9 months' time in the government. In 9 months, President Weah went to the University of Liberia campus and made a pronouncement. In the auditorium of the University of Liberia, escorted him there that day.
That point was sufficiently late. 555
what point?
995.
Yeah, you call me up.
To call. Let's take.
The government will come and call.
But everybody has.
You give me now.
777 700 995. International lines there as well. It is the only number available. We seem to be having some problems with the other one. Welcome. Let's hear you. You need to unplug this. Hold on. The feedback is the charging area. Please let it be the comments. Do something quick. While I take the international caller. Caller, please hold on to that line. Oh, okay. If we go, then no problem. Let's go international. Welcome. Let's hear you. Mm-hmm. I didn't tell you to look up what to call this. Yeah, you can. Yeah, go ahead. It is not going to work. There's a direct call coming in also on the international line. So let's take it. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello? Mm-hmm. What is the name? What's the name? Okay. Okay. Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks so kindly as well. Let's come here. Welcome. Let's hear you. Yes, go ahead. Mhm. So yeah, we not hello. We have talked that issue over and over. Marcel deal with Gray and I disagree. Hold on, Chief. Hold on. Marcel and I disagree with him on that thing back and forth. We are discussing other issues. You got something to disagree with him on those issues? Yeah, but then go there now. We become okay. Thanks so kind. You know, I that thing. That clear waste of time.
They gotta respond to people like that.
No, there are issues that you raise. Let's deal with the issue. Gray went on campus. Yeah, we not talk about that one. We not be on him. Yeah, go to the issue that we're talking. Yes, go ahead. Let's hear you.
And like I was saying in my corner, you know, Acarious Gray, who was leading district number 8, who failed district number 8 with come on radio, that's having much.
How did he fail?
He failed because and that is why that let it out.
It is. Can you give us examples of how you feel what he was supposed to do as a representative that he didn't do, for which he was defeated by how many votes? I think 85 also. Was it 85?
83.
83. When you say he failed to clean up, what do you mean?
The MCC.
No, Chief. No, you're not doing that one to me. Let us take it easy. Let's take it easy. No, but Chief, hello.
I beg you. I don't want you to lying to talk.
No, I want Philly to tell us what he means when he says you fail to clean District 8.
MCC man.
No, so
wow, what
Philly, if you have my number, I will give you the special dispensation. Call me. Yeah, call me that so you can make that point. I want to know because I think you went off by yourself. Let's see who's on the international line. Welcome. Let's hear you. Yes, go ahead. What's your name?
So it's this government responsibility to audit this government because people should account for their time in service. And I don't talk about like this because, you know, at times Ray says the most outlandish things. Ray, I remember the day before you took off the US Capitol, you were warned by many people on the radio not to vote in because the students didn't want you to vote in. Also, they went in, but wish you lost an election. I would equate that to Donald Trump, who says some of the most outlandish things. Yesterday he said, and I was listening to a program, they asked him, why are the eyes was so rough when people want to go to the resident. He said, because the people are rough. Our leader doesn't say stuff like that, and that for which reason you are not representing the seat to the break. You should really come to break, and I can see you and CDC not return to step out because of somebody out there in this worst part of your mouth. So do better next time. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Let's see who's right here. Welcome. Trying to get this international call. It's not connecting. Okay, I think the internet. Let's see who's here. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Julius, good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
You and Honorable Gray, good evening. You know,
What is her name? What is her name?
this is J. Jefferson Chesson.
Mm-hmm.
So, Julius, I listened to most of your caller. You see, Acarious Institute raised a lot of Senate issues. Instead of them addressing those issues, they are attacking Acarious personally. And these are the kind of behavior of the Unity Party. Until they can start to be sincere with the Liberian people, until they can start try to be truthful to the Liberian people, no, the Unity Party is going nowhere. Gray has a lot of issues that this government is proceeding wrongly with. All they needed to do is to address the issue instead of going personal with Acarious. Who are lost an election yet? Why can't lost an election the other time with 250,000 votes? What do you want to say? Address the issues.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. Let's take Dr. Acarious Gray. Welcome. Let's hear you, sir.
Thank you. The wonderful show. I know that the Bible has a statement, and I want my brother to hear that. Okay, I'm sure you understand what
They make it understand Vasa.
Look at.
No, not you. I mean him. I mean what
Whatever
the
the
great
man saying,
man
the man
can
telling me
speak
so well, bon. Ah, bro.
must be accounted for every year. You must tell people who are your donors and what you did with what was donated to you. This is how it's done. So, Madam, we are a wonderful woman. I'm sure she knows that process. But, Brother, we are foundation died in the United States. So, in Liberia, we also donated foundation of material to the Liberian government to buy equipment and new medical stuff like that. But when I forgot what George we are thinking, because it's something about again, he knows that. We say equipment for that foundation, whether or not they receive it, I don't know. But Gray knows the law. It is so clear in America. Why should we follow the law in America?
What the law in Liberia says.
Is the Liberian government asking every charity organization in this country to give yearly accounting of donors and all of that? Are they doing it to everybody else? No. I mean current administration. If that is the parity of reasoning, I'm asking: are they asking all the other the other foundations in the country to give account of their operations and donors and all of that? Are they doing that for everybody here?
Oh, the man say so that for the up in America. So that for the up in America, that's what running.
So okay, so that means the asset a team will also go after the president's the foundation of the president of the current first lady and ask them to give account to, right?
Yeah, because he had a foundation. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so kindly for. Let me read this message. Honorable Grace looking for Satan's with the loudest noise without doing anything. The panic from him clearly shows that they are aware that the former president got money from Liberia because she was in the national budget in 2018 or 2019, for which opposition needed to flag that before they could rethink to remove her from the budget. It is clear that she had used the government's money on that foundation for which they are sending empty threats. She needs to go to the court to clear her side if she truly thinks that she didn't use the government's money. That's very simple. Maurice Soni from Sweden sends in that one. Let's see who's on this line calling in. Welcome. Let's hear you. Quickly, let's hear you.
Yes, thank you very much, Julius, and thanks to former Representative Gray. My name is Abubakar. It's very
Abubakar who and where are you calling from?
my friend, this is Abubakar Ba.
But you need to call your phone name so that people can know who is calling. It is not about me.
This boy is very.
My man, leave voice, introduce yourself properly, and go ahead.
Okay, definitely. This is Abubakar, former assistant minister of return affairs. Says you want a long introduction. This is the issue. You know, Mr. Joseph Mapwakai is digging his own political, may I say, cemetery for people to visit in the future. We will look very deep into Mr. Mapwakai political history and what he's been doing in the last 6 years when he shall become former president, and we will treat him as he is behaving today. And I claim Maria and her husband, they have been peaceful citizens of Liberia. They have been contributing positively.
Are you the one saying on behalf? So let's say George, for example, came back to power. Are you saying that is why he will do? Is that why he has told you people? Because I know plenty of people say, plenty of people have said he is not that kind of person.
Let me be on record as a ranking member of the CDC. I am going to disagree with President Weah when he comes to power and treats Mr. Parker with utmost respect.
You should say if and not when. Say if he comes back to power and not when.
Mr. Parker, that's something I know that Mr. Weah is coming back to power. The branches are all on the wall.
Thanks.
It's very clear, Mr. Parker. No, listen to me. Like, this is very important, Mr.
Yeah, quickly.
Yes, I am saying to you, for Mr. Parker to be running behind Mr. Joshua in everything, right behind at the airport, make sure that he doesn't do VIP law. The fatality that you have seen that Mr. Weah Webb has brought to impact orphans' life, poor people, children life, Mr. Parker is against it. They cannot even provide correct meal on a Christmas day and a New Year celebration. As a first lady, they cannot do that, but they are going after for tomorrow. We too. We are coming back. When we come back to power,
You gotta be in power before you make threat. But you way out of power, then you making threat. Thanks. Okay, thanks so kindly. Let's take this local one. I hope it is a guy who has said, welcome. Let's hear you. Yeah. Uh-huh. No. I don't think. It is because I gave someone the dispensation. Now I wanted him to call to clarify his point that he made. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello. But I know. Go ahead. Let's hear you. But I'm hearing like two persons talking. I don't know what happened. But go ahead. McLean, you harmonized, you went off by yourself. Let's take the one from overseas. Welcome. Let's hear you. This will be the second to last one quickly. Yeah, please speak louder all the way from Istanbul. Mm-hmm.
That we as students that have come and gone on the show of the Nigeria and the freedom and support. This is why we are here from the school or our community to the country to come out our community to the and that you try to do party politics, national
Okay. Thanks, so kindly. Let me squeeze in this one from Germany, I think. Welcome, let's hear you.
My name is Hassan Kenneth, and
Mm-hmm.
thank you very much to the former president and former I just want to go straight to the point. I think Mr. Walker are really getting it very wrong. You know, it is not necessary
getting what wrong?
It's not necessary for you to be following everything that the former president has done in this country. This what the former West lady I know for the African people, the orphan, it is something very great. It is something that it did not carry another country, even Jamaica, even for the Liberia. But that is not the policy. That is something that encourages other people to do things for our people.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Sorry, folks. The interest is high for over all the numbers are reading. We will go back to
Just bring Acarious Gray. All the Unity Party people will call. They fail to address a singular issue. I think the last young man tried a little bit. The guy who called, you said Dr. Wu. He's being disingenuous. President Boy Guy.
Dr. Atimus did.
Yeah, Dr. Atimus. He's being disingenuous. The West Coast television reported an investigation conducted by the African Star has confirmed that a foundation established by former Liberian Vice President and current Standard Bearer of the former ruling Unity Party, Mr. Joseph N. Boyka, has had its status revoked in the U.S. Notice of Revocation, Joseph Newman Boyka Foundation in the Royal Island. They failed to comply with the IRS. That public record here. And you want to question George Weah? There's no more Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. Today, I'm going to check as to whether he has what? Ensure that his status has been given back as President of the Republic of Liberia. In America, there was revocation of his foundation status in the United States of America. Joseph Boyka. Somebody, all the argument they carry Acarious Gray, Acarious Gray that, who now got defeated? Joseph Boyka said Vice President for 12 years, the BE, 2017, massively. Massively. To be someone that is that or defeat, your final defeat in your lifetime is unfortunate, but that's not the issue. Judas have flagged the issue of wishing, the illegality of the government to go after the Clark Foundation. We will stand up. I didn't have that for you. I spoke to the issue of the speaker. They didn't address that. On the immigrant status, that homeborn Liberians today, they never spoke about that. You asked me on the issue of some projects of the CDC while I'm posting all of those things. I spoke about that, but I want to challenge the Unity Party in my concluding statement. In 2 years, they cannot show one hospital that President Boyka built and concluded in 2 years for a clinic that he built, he initiated, negotiated, including initiating and concluded in 2 years. I will tell them the 14 military hospital. I want to challenge them. I want to challenge the Unity Party that they cannot show a paved road initiated, negotiated for, and concluded by the Boyka-led administration in 2 years. Initiated by them,
his name is
negotiated and concluded. In conclusion,
but you finish conclusion.
In conclusion, no, just less than 30 seconds. No high school, senior high school, in 2 years that they initiated and they concluded. This government is a failed administration. Nothing they have done for the people of Liberia. The only thing they have brought a hardship and hunger.
Thanks so